Grandma's Kitchen.
There's a fiddle tune and a wooden spoon while she's stirring and singing. There's friends leaving or family land, and then the phone's usually ringing. No matter who you are or what you've done, everything's forgiven.
Thank God. Thank God.
Thank God. Grandma's Kitchen. And ain't it good to be in Grandma's Kitchen?
Grandma's Kitchen.
Hello everybody, Mary Janet here from Tunes and Wooden Spoons. Just a minute, I'm going to turn that music down. And you know that is one of my favorite CDs that comes out of the Celtic Music Interpretive Center in Judic, called Falcha, Airs and Waltzes. And it's just a lovely CD if anybody loves listening to great music. So hello everybody, how are you? And did I say it's Mary Janet from Tunes and Wooden Spoons? I don't even remember that. Hello, Christine McKenzie McCoosh or McCoosh. I'm not sure how to say that. And it's great to see everybody. I hope you had a wonderful week. I spent my week up in Halifax, and it was a great week. Weather was really hot the first of the week, and then it got kind of cooler. And the last couple of days, it's been kind of rainy. And what can you do? And today we have Joe MacMaster here to play the fiddle. He didn't bring his pipes, it needs new reeds, so that's okay. We're going to get some great fiddle, and accompanying him is our own Cathy Hawley from right here in Port Hood. So really happy to have both of them here. So before we get started, today we're making Gordie squares. And they're typically, a lot of people know them as the 7-layer squares. I think some people call them maybe Molly squares and some other Hello Dolly squares. There's lots of names for this particular one. The only thing different that I do with these squares that I started doing long ago, I think there was a measurement for the chocolate chips and a measurement for like maybe 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup. I just used to throw the whole package on, and so that's how I make them. And I'm going to just make them like that again. And it's a real easy recipe. I have lots of things to talk to you about today. Maybe at the end of the show, we'll have a little conversation about some exciting little visit here in Cape Breton that we're organizing, that I'll be co-hosting, so I'm happy to be doing that. But before we start, you know, there's always special birthdays. And this week, there's a special birthday, and a special birthday going out to someone I've never met, but I feel like I know. And happy 50th birthday, David Huey, all the way down there in Kentville. I hear it's your birthday on July the 9th, and I'm wishing you a wonderful birthday and many, many more. And we've since Tunes and Wooden Spoons have started, we've had a little conversation between David and his wife Amanda, and we've been back and forth on emails, and I really feel a closeness to them, and so I'm so excited to one day meet David and Amanda. But a special happy birthday. 50 is a big number, and it feels like only yesterday that I had my 50th, but that's a long way away. And it is rainy today. We had the kids home just for a couple of days. Gordie is home. So we are making Gordie squares, but there's no sign of Gordie today. All the kids, they had big golfing dates today. So they're golfing even if it is raining. So it'll be ready when they come back home for sure. And let's see now. Yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. Let's get right into making these lovely squares. The very first thing, of course, is to set your oven to 350 if you're baking along with me. And I'm going to wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Hi from South Bar, Mary Beth Roper. Hi. And Debbie Musselman. you had your 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. Our 50th wedding anniversary is coming up in November. And hi, Barbara Dice. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. Oh, probably if there's any delay, it could be just that. It could be our internet. Sorry about that. And Darlene MacDonald Johnson, her daughter's birthday is July 9th as well. So happy birthday to her. The great sound of musicians setting up. I love it. I can't wait to hear some good fiddle tunes. And Joe is my grandnephew, so I'm really excited for that. And he just graduated from St. Avex and has plans in the fall, go somewhere else. Maybe we'll chat. So anyway, I'm glad to, hello Wayne Bullock. Hello, Bullock. Bullock, that sounds like a Gaelic name, Bullock. Hi, Eva Murphy and Susan Lundy. Hello, hello, hello. So these squares, you just make them right in your 9x13 pan. I have my pan already, and you know how I love my parchment paper. So I sprayed it with cooking spray, but you can spray it with water too. That doesn't matter. And what I find with these squares is it's great when they're completely set, which takes hours. It's great to lift the whole thing out of here, and then you can easily cut it with a pizza cutter. And I like to store them in a plastic container and keep them in the fridge. And but today I think we'll be having a little slice that'll be a little warm. How about a few steps? Not a chance am I going to do that. Hi, Bev Kennedy. How are you? Bev over in Sydney. I know Bev very well. And her and Dave, great couple. So hugs to you guys. From Botwood, Newfoundland, Carol Wells Payton. Hello, hello. Look at that. Deborah Tate, hi. And 497 people watching. You guys are amazing. My house would be full to the rafters if you actually came here for a good Cape Breton visit, and wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to make the base in a bowl, but everything else is just layered right in your 9x13 pan. Now my oven is already set and ready for 350, and there we go. I bet. Okay, here we go. Can you see me? There we go. There now. So in here goes 1.5 cups of graham wafers, and I have my half cup measure here. So I'll be putting 3 of that in here. I had a really nice little visit not that long ago from Annette Boyle over there in Trackety. Her and her sister, they wouldn't come in, of course. They were just sitting out in the truck out there, but we had a nice outdoor visit. And she came on the Ireland trip with us, so we were just great catching up. So, and a half a cup of unsalted butter, melted. Now, I went and I put this in the microwave and it started to melt, and I forgot I was going to do that with you. But anyway, I'll put it in for the rest of it. Probably takes about 45 seconds in the microwave. And it does say unsalted butter, and you know what? When the recipes say for unsalted butter, that's fine. Half of the time I just use whatever I have, and most of the time that is salted butter, and this is salted butter. So you use what you have. If it's margarine or if it's real butter, salted or unsalted, please just use what you have. So I'm going to just zap this a little bit in the microwave, and I'll be right back. while that is melting. It won't take too long. Love watching all you guys. Hi, Sarah Bell. Sarah Bell, she was here for tea a couple of weeks ago, her and her sisters, Joan and Josephine. It was so nice. And remember, we made her mom's raisin custard kind of pie. It was so good. Oh, did you like the stuffed pasta? Yes, that's a really good and easy recipe. Hi, Donna Sayer. Hope you're doing well. I was talking to Darlene not too long ago. And basil sticks are fine. Yes, they are fine. Whatever suits your fancy. But there's those great people out there that are a lot healthier than me that we will be doing the proper thing and the unsalted butter and the real stuff. Today's my dad's and cousin's birthday. Joe McClellan and Danny Poirier. Tish Weber is saying happy birthday. So happy birthday there, Joe and Dan. Hi, Hawley. Okay. So the butter is all melted. Hi from the Gaspé Coast. Darn it, I missed your name. Hi from Daniel and Corey and Nanny. Hi, Bernice. That's my sister, Nanny Ganesh. Okay, I better stop and I'll put you right down here so I won't be seeing any more comments for a while. And we'll put this all together. You see that? Okay, I'm gonna pour the half a cup of butter in there. I'm gonna mix that up. I used to actually follow a different ratio for the base, and there was a lot more graham wafers and a little bit, I think there was 3/4 cups of butter, and I had given that recipe out to Amy, and gosh, now we're making a little less. I'm going to see this one, because otherwise it was just getting really crumbly. So try this one. All right, take my pan over here. Here we go. And I'm just going to put that in here. Spread it out. Actually, you know me, I rather use my hands and just kind of sprinkle it out over everything. And now I have a little spatula, whatever the heck this is properly called. It's Pampered Chef, of course. And I'm just going to press all the crumbs down like that. This takes jig time to get this in the oven. Then we'll be able to listen to some fiddle music. That's the most work that you'll have right there then. And so now I need to wash these hands before I go on to anything else. Okay, now the rest, everything is just put right in on top of the layer in the pan. So I have here just about 2 cups of chocolate chips, or one of those packages. You can just use chocolate chips if you don't like the butterscotch chips. And for anybody who has any allergies, you can't, for nut allergies, can't use butterscotch chips. Now our grandson is severely allergic to all nuts, so he won't be getting any of these. So that's, it's just it may include, you know, it may have been exposed in wherever it's made to some nuts of some kind. Now the last thing that I put on is my coconut. You can use whatever coconut you want. I tend to use the medium sweetened. And an option here is also a half a cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. I'm not going to bother putting that on, but if you have that, that's your choice. And the very last thing is, you know, sweetened condensed milk, or if you have Eagle brand milk or whatever. I think this is just my compliments. And just drizzle it over. Pretty fast and easy recipe, so you don't have to have your oven on too much. And seriously, we're not worried about heating up. We don't get the heat like they were getting out west. I really feel for all of you who are near the Lytton, BC, that have had the terrible fire, probably caused by lightning. It's just very, very, very sad to hear that. And also, anybody here from Florida, from Surfside, I've been keeping up with that news. Not very nice news at all. And I just, my sympathy goes out to all of the families associated with that, and I'm sure it's difficult to celebrate today, July 4th, for all our American viewers. We must go on. All right. I don't usually just spread it with a spoon, but I'm just doing that now. So that will all sink down while it's baking. And that's all there is to preparing today's recipe. Bit of smoke from BC. I know, so it's just terrible what's happening in Surfside. It really is. And hi, Kathleen Boyle. She said something about melting them together, and you can certainly do that. And look, you can make the recipe your own. Whatever you want to put in there, you just put that in there. So it's going in the oven, 350 oven, for 25 to 30 minutes. And then we're going to have some music. And the musicians are all ready? All ready. So I'll be turning this camera around momentarily. I'm just going to pop this in the oven, set the timer. Hi, Lorraine Blakeney from Pictou County. Hi, Barb Campbell. Okay. So I set mine for 25 minutes, but the recipe just says 25 to 30 minutes. Really, the edges will be a bit brown, and the center will be the melty kind. Hi, Sheila from Glace Bay. And 7-layer squares, that's probably what they were called. But the reason I call them Gordie squares, because growing up as a kid, he was the one that wanted those squares all the time. And I would just be I didn't know when I could make them or not, because they were expensive to buy the ingredients, the Eagle brand milk and all the chocolate chips and all the stuff that went in it. And with the family of 7, you didn't get that very often. So that's why we call them Gordie squares. And he isn't even here. He's golfing. But anyway, that's great for them to all get together. Mattawa, Ontario. Hello there. Missed that. Okay, I'm going to take you into the living room. I'm so glad you came for a little visit. And here to entertain you are Joe and Cathy. So hold on a second till I do this. I'm not going to let the legs down. I'm going to try something different. You know what? I'm all about simple. Yes, I agree with you. A very simple recipe. Okay. Gonna get you away from that window. And there we have our special guests. And I'm going to move this. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe MacMaster, grandnephew, proud of him. And Cathy Hawley from here in Port Hood has played with all the best, even going back to Winston Scotty Fitzgerald. You've been behind that keyboard a long time. And she looks like she's only 50. So anyway, I hope you can all see that quite well. I'll get out of your way in a second. I'm just going to have a seat right here. So, hi, Joe.
Hello.
And congratulations on your graduation.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And good 4 years. What is your degree?
I have a Bachelor of Science in Biology and a minor in Philosophy.
Another smart fella, just like the cousins last week. So what did you learn in philosophy?
How to think.
And are you thinking good today?
Oh, tell you.
Okay, I know you're going to love his fiddle music and his fiddle playing, and I'm sure he gets it all the time, but his uncle, a granduncle, would be Buddy MacMaster, and of course his aunt is Natalie MacMaster. So there's fiddle runs in the family, or music runs in the family. So let's take it away. It's up to you, Joe. There,
Jigs here.
some jigs. pretty nice. Let's see if I can find myself here. There you are. There you are. So I want to talk to Joe, like I like to talk to everybody else. I want to talk to him about growing up and learning the fiddle. So, Joe.
Fire away.
Fire away. So how old were you when you started?
I was 15, so it was right as I began grade 10, and it was funny. So like I was playing the pipes for about a year and a half before I was playing the fiddle, and it's funny, as I came in here, I don't know when the last time I was in here was, but it might have been this time I'm thinking of, like 7 years ago, and I remember being in here.
Was that for the BBC
Yeah,
filming? I think the BBC were here doing
might have
a
been.
show.
And I think I played the pipes there, and I can remember Don and Marty sitting right here, and I was sitting on those stairs right there, and they were just driving around the fiddle tunes, and I was thinking, just wow, like playing the fiddle, it's just so amazing. Like imagine being able to do that. Imagine being able to just sit down and play the fiddle and entertain people. I was absolutely enamored by it, and little did I see myself sitting here playing the fiddle, but. I was listening to so much fiddle music around that time, like when I was a, 13, 14, 15-year-old, that I just think it was inevitable that I'd pick it up because I was listening to it all the time and just fell in love with it.
It's
And,
just in you,
I guess,
and
but
just osmosis and having that environment around you. It's
That's how
gotta be, an influence on you.
Yeah, and I never took lessons for the fiddle. Like I'd go over to my grandparents' house and just be trying to play by ear.
Yes.
So I learned how to read sheet music, and so it was a mix of learning by ear and the sheet music. And my Aunt Natalie would be home, and she'd give me little pointers on bowing and proper technique here and there. And she'd give me a little bit at a time. She'd say, "I don't want to overwhelm you, so just work on this one thing right now. Work on this one thing." And then with Grandma and Grandpa, it was always timing and playing the tunes right. That was the biggest thing.
And probably a lot of the old tunes they wanted
Old
you
tunes,
to learn too.
And that's what I was interested in. Was a lot
Yeah,
of the old
and
tunes.
preserving that. It's so important, Joe. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So over the years, it just sort of snowballed. When I picked up the fiddle and first started playing tunes, I didn't think I'd become a fiddler. It just happened.
It happened, yeah. You didn't set out to be that. And you didn't have lessons. Isn't that great? I didn't know that you didn't have lessons.
Yeah, and like I took one or two here and there, but I never went to anything regularly. But I was practicing all the time, just like hours a day. And there's lots of people in my family that can attest to that.
That reminds me of when Brennan started playing the guitar. And of course the house was full here and he was taking lessons. And I don't know how many times the rest of the kids made him go into the bedroom and shut the door.
I used to go into the bathroom and put the top lid of the toilet down. You could sit on it. It was sturdy. And I'd go in there and play because it had the best acoustics in the house.
Yes, exactly.
And it was kind of away from everything. And then you'd hear knock, 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 knock.
Time for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're ready for another
Do the
tune.
last? Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll do... some G stuff.
That's Joe with, he's pounding his foot, and I checked to see what wine glass fell off the cupboard here.
I hope it wasn't.
It was a cheap one, but on there I have 2 wine glasses that are Nova Scotia Crystal. That's the only one I was worried about. But they're fine. They're okay. And there's no more Nova Scotia Crystal either, so I was thinking, oh gosh, I hope that wasn't that one.
Well, yeah, maybe so.
I'll
I'll try and tone the foot back.
I'll probably take the 2 Nova Scotia Crystal. Can you pass them to me, Cathy? They're the oh, can you reach the 2 of them right there? There we go. All right.
I've been hit on the head enough times with the old pianos.
Oh, I can
When
imagine.
something comes crashing.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Joe plays, besides piping, and you also play the piano, Joe. You do
Little
a
bit.
great
He
job.
does. He
And
sure
what about the
does.
guitar?
No, I don't play the
His
guitar.
father, Kevin, is a great guitar player, but you wouldn't catch him dead coming on here and doing that with your son.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But Joe, I was thinking before, so many of our fiddlers are just play by ear. And when long ago, I used to go down to California to Alistair Fraser's Valley of the Moon Scottish Fiddling School, and that's how he taught. And all of these people would come with their books that they would write the tunes, or they'd put the tones in, just completely play by note, and many of them classical. They wouldn't get any music. They were forced to play by ear. And at the end of the week, the music, they would get the sheet music.
Yeah.
And they because they had to get the rhythm. You can't really teach that maybe, and by sheet
That's
music.
how
I'm
I
not
teach.
sure. Yeah.
When I teach at the Gaelic College and that, I'll often, that's sort of what all the players do there, is they try and teach by ear, for the simple fact that learning by ear is an important aspect of our music in general.
Yes.
I love to learn by sheet music. Like, I find it easier to learn by sheet music if it's a different or kind of a hard tune. But with if you're just teaching like simple group tunes, learning by ear is good practice. And then I'll give it at the end. And some people really don't like that. They're like, I have to have the sheet music. And then other people are like, bring on. I don't even read sheet music. So,
Yes, yeah.
There's a broad range
Of learners
people,
there.
so.
Yeah, I can see
But I was
that.
taught by ear. Like the few times I went to the Gaelic College, we do stuff by ear, and it's hard, but you benefit from it in the long run because you learn how to listen, and that's an art in and of itself. And once you get more familiar with your instrument itself, it's it gets easier to learn by ear.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Are you teaching anywhere this summer?
No, I teach at the Gaelic College once, summer, but I don't think
They're
I'd
having
actually
that.
probably be there right now if it wasn't for the changes. But
Yeah.
anyways, I
We're not mentioning that C word today.
Yeah, no.
That darn thing. Cathy, I'd love to talk to you for a minute. Tell us how you learned to play piano. Were you just stuck at a piano when there's company coming to the house?
Yeah, there was a piano in the house, and I started picking at it, and from there just went on. And
Was there music in your family with the name Catherine Lamy?
well, my
She's Cathy Hawley, but her maiden name is Lamy.
well, my mother, in my mother's family, there was some music, and in my father's as well, but not right in our house.
Right, okay.
So I was the only one of my the 11 children that picked up the piano or any
So
instrument.
are you related to like Mary Lamy in Boston?
Well, Bill Lamy and my father are fourth cousins.
Fourth cousins.
Fourth
I thought it
cousins.
was closer than that.
Everybody thought he's my father or he's my uncle,
Uncle.
because they were
The
two
name.
names, because of the name. But no, I'm actually closer related to Mary Lamy through her mother,
Oh,
the
really?
McCaffreys, than we are through
Okay.
the Lamys. So we're related
Okay.
both ways.
There now. Well, you got it on both sides then.
Yes, there
Some
you go.
way. There it's, and she's been playing in Port Hood ever since she married Miller years ago. All right, Joe, I'm gonna sneak into the kitchen here, and I'm going to leave the rest here. I'll be back.
Okay.
Up to
I
you.
might do some air here.
Ooh, that would be nice.
The classic.
That was beautiful. That's beautiful. So, Joe, do you have a summer job?
Well, I have.
You're taking the summer off.
Well, no, I'm doing a few things. The Celtic Music Center, where I normally work in the summer, is opening up on July 8th.
Oh, is
So I
it?
should be doing the lunch Kaylee's there, and then something's going on.
Okay, just keep
I'm
on
also
talking. I'll check these.
Cleaning heat pumps and installing oil tanks.
With your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cleaning heat pumps with the neighbor.
New skills.
Doing a pile of stuff.
There now, see? There's never a dull moment.
Yeah. Well, normally I'd be doing 2 shows a day in the summer, play at the
Yes.
lunch Kaylee at the Celtic Music Center, and then go off and play somewhere else. But pretty well everything is not happening. So we.
What about Kitchen Fest? I guess that was pushed ahead to August.
Yeah, I'll be away. But
Oh, you'll be gone then.
unfortunately, I won't be
Okay.
able to.
All right. Well, we'll just have to hear you today then.
That's it.
So, Joe wrote a tune for me. I don't know if he's going to play it
I can
today.
play it, sure.
Will you play it today?
Yeah, I'm recording, by the way.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it. That's a good idea.
So the tune,
Yeah.
you can explain it.
Well, okay, yeah. So I wrote the tune. It was one of the first. I say it was one of the first good tunes I ever wrote. Most of the ones that I write aren't very good, but every now and then
That's not true.
there's one that's good. Well, you only hear the good ones. I don't play the bad ones.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, it was the first one I wrote that I was like, hey, that's actually not bad. Anyways, I wrote it because when I was in grade 11 in high school, the Gaelic class was fundraising for a trip to go to Scotland, and we contacted Mary Janet and said, can you help organize a concert to fundraise money? And Mary Janet came through on that, so much so that they made it a tradition for a few years.
Yes, yes.
It was
they
a
did.
great
It was
Mother's Day
fun.
concert, and she put together a really phenomenal show, and full of great musicians from around Cape Breton. And so when it was going on, I said, well, I can't do much, but I can at least make a tune in thanks, and I'm going to make it when I'm over in Scotland. So we ended up raising the money, and we did get to go to Scotland. It's my first time over there, and I haven't been back since. But while I was on the island of Skye, I made this tune, and I called it Compliments to Mary Janet.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I just love him. Isn't he sweet? I love him. Okay, take it away.
yeah, I'll play a few jigs, and I'll start with that one.
Okay.
And the second part starts on the G. Just so you're surprised. Yeah, that's how I knew we were ready. I had my eye. I was like, okay, something's done cooking.
Okay, here we go. See if I can do this. There they are. Can you smell them? Ah, all that chocolatey goodness. So, just so you know, I set it for 25 minutes, but I added an extra 5 minutes. So it did take 30 minutes in the end. If you don't use parchment paper with these squares, and you've taken them and you take them out of the oven, make sure to, go down with a knife all along the edge, because it with the Eagle brand milk and the combination there, they'll be hard and sticky, and you'll only be eating the middle part because the outside will be too hard. But the magic of the parchment paper is that you will not waste any part of it, because it will peel right off and it will be perfect. So I'm going to set them up here to cool, and I'm making the tea, and maybe we'll get another couple of tunes from Joe. So I'm going to ask Joe to play another set of tunes, and then I'm going to take you over here with me for a few minutes, because I have a bunch of stuff that I want to tell you, and about something coming up exciting in the fall, and something exciting happening this upcoming week with me that I want to share with you. And then maybe Joe will play one more closing tune while I pour my tea and talk to you about what we're making next Sunday. Okay? So I'm going to put this on the cooling rack, and can't really cut them for right now, but we might take a little spoon after we leave you, when you won't be watching us on camera. And I just want to flip this around for a minute. See this lovely lady here? That's Tina. I didn't tell her I was going to do that. That's Joe's mom. It's nice that he loves his mom to take her with him when he performs. Great supporter of the music. So there you go, Joe. He's rosining up the bow.
Rosin the bow.
And yeah, should be fine. Does it smell okay? Oh, yes. Hi, Judy Guptill.
Oh, hi, Judy.
Elaine Smith. Angus McQuarrie is watching. Lots of beautiful people on here. And hi, Tina from Hawley Macintosh.
Hi, Hawley.
Hi, Hawley. And Darlene MacDonald Johnson says, hi, Tina. Mary LeBlanc saying, hi, Tina. You must be so proud. Oh, my gosh. And lots of people. Christine McKenzie, she's saying, hi, Tina. Lots of people are commenting on that. So we've got a great family of friends on here that come back every Sunday, and they're always commenting and keeping everything so positive, and I love it. And so, Joe, if you'll take it away.
F, clogs and wheels.
Now this is a hot square,
Oh, wow.
and I often speak of Papa Beaton, who would be your
Thank you.
great grandfather, and he loved. Here, I'll put it right here. Here we go.
Thank you. Great.
And he loved to take his teacup and put the tea in the saucer and drink
I think I
from the
heard that.
saucer. Did you hear that?
A lot of people did that. The tea
They
was too
did.
hot, and that was how they cooled
That's
it off.
how they cooled it off, and that's how he would how he would have it. And he always had a cup and saucer. This kind of cup and saucer. That's how
It's the
he loved it.
fanciest teacup I ever hold.
Well, you know what? That one, let me see that one. That one was given to me by my aunt, Anne McClellan. We call her Little Annie. And she gave me that, I think, for my 65th birthday. Now, those squares are kind of warm. And we committed the mortal sin
I know.
of cutting them hot.
Well, that's just venial.
So there you go. And I'll give you a napkin, Tina. And I'm going to talk to my friends. There you go.
Pretty darn good.
And we'll have a little chat. Because I have some things I need to tell you.
Yeah, we better smash that glass.
I know.
There now. Hello. Are you enjoying that? I know you have to put your little pinky out, Joe. That's what Hawley said. When
Well-
you have it, when you're having a little sip of tea, you put your little pinky up.
See that? Barely hold.
Malcolm Finlier, he did that. He did that, I'm sure. So many of them did.
Get more support if you put the baby under.
So, what can I tell you? What's happening this week? Well, I told you already that the kids were home from Halifax, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's so nice to have family around, and the grandchildren. Rosie was here, and Charlie was here, and Luke was here, and Brennan and Anna, and Anna wasn't here. She had to go to PEI, but Anna, or Mary Sarah and Brennan and his wife Kelly were here. And the porch was just full of shoes flung here and there, and little ones and big ones. And I always used to take a picture of the mess in the porch. One day you used to worry about that and get mad at the mess. And I used to start posting these pictures of all of these shoes, and just, I'd say, they're back. It was just so nice to look at the bunches of different sizes of shoes and boots and little sneakers, and oh, it just so precious. So anyway, they're gone back, or some have stopped to golf in Antigonish, even in the bit of rain that we have today. But it's all good, and we're getting there, and looking forward to seeing some of my grandsons from Alberta. And Margie and Tammy will be coming home at some point in mid to late July. So we'll get everybody together, and hopefully at that time we'll get everybody here and we'll have a little session. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to have a little sip of my tea here. Look at that. Love you. Isn't that sweet? So I wanted to share with you something exciting that is happening this week. So I guess they call people who have lots of followers and stuff an influencer. And so because of that, Destination Cape Breton once again are asking Cecil and I to do a little tour around Cape Breton at some different restaurants this coming week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And aren't we the lucky ones? So Tuesday night, we're going to be in Dundee at the resort there, and we'll be staying there at the Dundee Inn or resort there and having a beautiful supper. And I'll be going live from all of these locations to Tunes and Wooden Spoons. So bear with me. And so we're going to enjoy that in Dundee, close to where you are, Hawley. And then on Wednesday, we'll be going to Glace Bay for lunch, to the Bitten Moon. excited about that. I guess it's a lovely place. And then on that evening, we're going to the Linwood in Bedeck, and we're going to be having supper there and staying at the Linwood. And then the next day, we go to the Lobster Galley at the foot of Kelly's Mountain there on the road, just going into the Gaelic College, and we're going to be having lunch there. And we end up at the Wood Road restaurant down near St. Rose on that road, on the shore road towards Marguerite, and then back home. So it's just a lovely excursion, and I am so excited to be going and bringing you a taste of Cape Breton, and it's a kind of a lobsterlicious tour. There's a lot of these restaurants around Cape Breton Island have invested in this campaign, Destination Cape Breton and Tourism Nova Scotia, and they're I don't like lobster, so I'm taking Cecil with me, and he's going to have the lobster, and I'm sure it is lovely. And so, but it's exciting to bring a little taste of these restaurants to you, and to bring a piece of Cape Breton and where you might choose to go where you otherwise may not have gone. I had never heard of, for example, the Bitten Moon before, but Charlene Chason from Reserve Mines, Mitchell's mother-in-law, said it's a great little spot to eat, and so looking forward to seeing that. And what else? I wanted to tell you what we're making next week, because I have to make jam this week, and I only make freezer jam, just plain old freezer jam, nothing fancy, just the regular ordinary freezer jam. So I said, I'm not going to turn the oven on. It might be a warm Sunday, and why don't I wait until Sunday and make my freezer jam with you guys? You can choose to make it with me, or you can just watch, or whatever. I'm just using my little bottles that I got at the dollar store with kind of the green gingham cover top that I used last year. I'll show you one of them in a minute. And I'll make them with you because my brother-in-law, Cecil's brother, has a beautiful garden this year, and he has an overwhelming supply of his strawberries. So I'm going to do that and make a batch. So maybe you can make freezer jam with me, and you can put it in your bottles. Don't have to be sterilized when you're making them, just hot soapy water, and you have to have lots of sugar. It takes lots of sugar, and you have to have, I like to use the Cerdo, not the powder. I like to use the gel that's sold in the tall boxes. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to do next Sunday, and you'll just come for a visit, and we will do that. But the other exciting thing that's coming up this fall, I am excited to be co-hosting a tour of Cape Breton, Inverness County side, with Sandy Travel from right here in Port Hood, or I have to correct myself because Ron McCachran said I'm not from Port Hood. I'm from Hawthorne. He lives on a back road, but he had to marry a Mabu girl, same as Cecil. So I'm a Mabu girl, and his wife Bernadette is a Mabu girl, and we're proud of that. And so he is from Hawthorne, but he's a dandy tour director. And what better idea than to do something like that in the fall and before Celtic Colors. It's from October the 5th to the 8th. And, it's kind of centered right here in Port Hood. We have the Hebridean Motel here in Port Hood. So everybody has their own separate entrance to their room, and it's a lovely, well-kept, clean place to stay. So it'll be kind of focused around that. So I'll be helping Ronnie a little bit with that, co-hosting and being on the bus. All the COVID protocols are followed. You can be assured of that. But let's see now. Let's see where you'll be going. You'll be back home Friday night for off Thanksgiving weekend, and it's 4 days and 3 nights, and the Hebridean Motel is right across the road from a beautiful beach right here in Port Hood. And Port Hood, it's branded as 5 beaches, and that will be one of them, that you can just walk over the road and be on a beautiful sandy beach. And we're going to be taking like the back road tour. You're going to be getting to go around Colindale, which is a coastal drive on a gravel road. We're going to be going to Mabu Ridge. We're going to be going to Mabu Harbor and up to Glencoe. This is an escorted tour by Sandy Travel, and no other tours would ever take you to those places, but they're places that we absolutely love. And, you know, if you are planning on traveling this fall and want to, wherever you are, you get in touch with Sandy Travel, and I will, I don't even have his phone number close by, but if you just look up Sandy Travel, and actually, do you want to give me that big picture thing in the box beside you? Yeah, that one. The phone number's on there. I had talked about another tour we're doing. Look at this. Sandy Travel. Take a picture. There is the telephone number. Anyone can come. It's leaving from Halifax. So if you wanted to come, there you go. And there's the email, sandygroup@ns.simpatico.ca, or sandytraveltours.ca is the website. And the phone number is right there if you wanted to take a little picture of that. I'll hold it up. But I wanted to tell you, we'll be going around the Cabot Trail, and we'll be going to have a little Kaylee at Bernadette and Ronnie's house here in Port Hood, well, up on Hawthorne. And he has built a stage on the end of his barn, and it's all set up to have a great little Kaylee, so we'll be doing that as well with some great talent and music. And it's fully escorted from start to finish with lots of great guides, and the opening reception and complimentary beverage and entertainment, and just treats and surprises. You never know with Ronnie what you're going to get. And there's going to be lots of laughs, I can tell you that. But what it costs, it's $849 per person based on double occupancy, okay? And then, of course, you've got your taxes. And anyway, there's lots more that you can find out from his website. But I just want to make sure that maybe, you're from, Ontario or wherever you're from. You can always contact Ronnie about getting from there to Halifax, because he has great connections there for all of his tours. And so I'm excited to be co-hosting and being part of every day of that trip along with Ronnie. And it's going to be a great, it's time to get out and enjoy life. But, take a chance and get in touch with Ronnie, and I am sure it will be fantastic. So that was my news, and I'm so happy to be doing that with Ronnie and with Bernadette. They're a great couple, and he runs a great business, and all of his tours overseas. And of course, I told you before, we're going on the 4-country tour, and also I'm staying on for the Italy tour next fall in October. So pretty darn excited about that. It's a good life, isn't it? So anyway, I'm just going to have a little sip of tea. And see that? See that? And say hello to Dave Huey again. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and that this week will bring you lots of birthday greetings. And I'm going to ask Joe to play another tune. And I just want to say I love you, and to please love one another. Our country needs healing. Our Indigenous people need healing. I love them, and I am making a point of learning more and more about their culture, because I swear to God, every time I think of them, I get teary-eyed, because I just think of those beautiful souls that were lost. And we've got to find a way to go forward and be good. So love one another. You matter to me, and let's listen to a little more music from our dear Joe and Cathy.
All right, we'll do one last.
it's me, Charlie. If you like Grandma's videos, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Give it a like and subscribe.